You understand? And we slow it down after ska, and we find ourselves right at rock steady. And then I tell everybody, say, come we go. You know what I mean? And set the pace and lead the field.
Now, as a young man, right, 2 years later after you finished with the dancing, 2 years later you started singing. How did you got involved with singing?
Well, I usually sing even while I was dancing, you know, but I never see it as upfronting, you know. I had a nice sound that I admire, but I'm not a strong and forceful person overall. Well, I started singing on my own, and I couldn't get nowhere. I used to get some sticks from people like Wilfred Edwards and Owen Gray and Lassell Perkins and some big voice, you know, some big strong singers, because, you know, Owen was one of the upfront man then. Well, I couldn't make it amongst them, and this brother now used to live 2 streets above me in Eddie Parkins. He asked me, he said, let me and him sing, seeing that him see me trying, and maybe him feel like a company would help him and myself at the same time. So I said, come and go, you know. So we start to rehearse every evening now and practice together without an instrument, just sing songs together. Iggs and Wilson was one of the upfront harmonizers. Them days, every artist you see on the stage was 2 people, harmonizers. Iggs and Wilson, Skitter and Bunny, Scully and Bunny, you understand? And Blues Busters is pair up. So Alton Eddie pair up and join the field, you know? I try Iggs, I asked Iggs to write out some songs for me. Songs like Over the Mountain. We used to sing them songs as I was youth, you know? Over the mountain, beyond the sea. And harmonize the straight notes. Well, we eventually started to do that and find it not get nowhere. I took creative, that's why I started to do my own thing. So I have a friend named Rookwood, and Rookwood wrote these words for me, you know, Muriel. The lyrics, if I had a pair of wings over the prison walls, I'd fly until I find the one I love so well, Muriel. And I was working at the time as a youth, and I started to put melody to the song every day, and this is where it come out of it, you know. One of my biggest shots. Oh, if I had a pair of wings After Muriel, Eddie and I did some more songs with Coxsone. Incidentally, this one playing now is a recut of Muriel, really. This was done in London here, at the Old Kent Road, with the violin and things. The original is well soulful like this, but this is a recut. I'm proud of it, you know. Well, Eddie and I separated after 2 more songs. One in My Heaven. It's still on our Studio One label right now. And Eddie win a contest called A Star Was Born, or A Star Is Born, something like that. But he used to rehearse every Friday evening, and I couldn't go with him because we was noted in Jamaica now as professional artists, so we couldn't enter the contest together. So we separate. Eddie go and do it on his own. I was doing a little job as printing then, And after Eddie win the contest, the final night, he was working at Ambassador Theatre though. Eddie and I supposed to do a show there. And I heard on the radio that Eddie win the contest at Carib Theatre. And I feel nice now we're going to America together. Well, it didn't work that way. Eddie leave on his own and went and do some shows with this big thing in the States there. I forgot the name of the man. But he was there for about 18 months, up to 2 years, you know. And I was on my own in Jamaica now, and people don't know Alton Ellis, them know Alton and Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a problem. It's start all over again, and, you know, to make an impression. So I said, cool. I formed a group named Alton and the Flames. And I tell a few people, so I'm not gonna feel this burning flames here, you know, because they wouldn't give me no work when on my own. Nobody wouldn't try me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Them just want to for ride off of you every time. You have to, you know, it's just riding thing because they wouldn't allow me to try. It's just them waiting until you make it, then them involved. So I say, all right, I just go and make a group named Alton and the Flames and start to rehearse at night time. And by this now, Peter Tosh threw me a couple cards on the guitar, because Peter Tosh showed my first 4 cards on the guitar really. And from then I said, I'm gonna play and write my songs then. And I begin on Dance Crasher was the first one with Duke Reed, Treasure Isle label.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, yeah, and after that we were there for a couple there a couple hits. Dance Crasher, Cry Tough, you know, Bad Boy and things. And going on well, because I even did Girl I've Got a Date then, before I leave to go to Studio One, fully Studio One. And then that was the request.
Okay, before we get into Studio One, let's listen to Reggae With You now, and then we can go into the Studio One.
Yeah, what really happened why we have to jump so far, we didn't have a proper selection of the music them years, so we have to skip out a whole gap, you know. So we can't play Reggae with this. That's a song I love. I do it in California last week. That's why I try to play it now. The people love it.
We was going to come on to that. Here it comes, Reggae With You. Special guest on Rockers FM today, Alton Ellis, live and direct. Very, very interesting. 25 years in the reggae business, and he looks like he could do another 50, I'm telling you.
No man, change it on 50, man. Yes, man.
Reggae is nothing, come and join my world. Don't be shy because it's in your right. Now, reggae with you, mama, really wanna reggae with you. Got the reggae with you, baby. Maybe if our soul are blue, do the reggae, girl, don't take off your shoe. Here's one thing that I am begging you now. I really reggae with your mama, really wanna reggae with the reggae with the reggae with the reggae, wanna reggae. I really wanna reggae with your mama, I really wanna reggae. Maybe your soul are blue. Do the reggae, girl, don't take off your shoe. Here's the thing that I am begging you now. I really got the reggae with you, baby. Really wanna reggae, the reggae, the reggae.
Reggae With You. Right, as you mentioned earlier on, Alton, that Eddie won the competition, and we was just saying that competitions in Jamaica at the time was very, very important.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah,
Well,
man.
let me just do this one song, because I think it's very important for the up-and-coming British
Ed
act.
Sullivan was the name of the man I want to remember.
Ed Sullivan. Right, on Saturday the 23rd at the Oasis Club, Rosebery Place, Dalston, E8, you have the grand final of Tony Lee's singing competition. The winner will receive £100. Sounds are by Pioneer International and Schoolboys. Also on Saturday, an oldies night of togetherness at the Liberation Hall, Stoke Newington High Street, N16, along with Exodus Sounds, and Tokyo the Monic. And the benefit dance on behalf of the APF, All-Purpose Fund, is taking place on Saturday, 23rd of Feb. At the Goldsmiths College, Union Hall, Lewisham Way South, East 14. Music by Starlight and Sabrina. And tickets are at £3. Right. Studio One Days, tell us about that.
Yeah, it was talking about the contest first, right?
Okay.
Vision Opportunity Hour is the place where every artist go and to prove himself, really, you know? You can't do it in your backyard, and there was no recording, and there was nothing else up front as such. So this was the only way out. Vision Opportunity Hour. There was dancers and there was singers, you know. So you have to. Most artists go there and prove himself until recording begin. And some artists skip the stage show and go straight into recording. So Studio One time now is a different era. That.
You got a smile on your face when you say that. I want to hear everything that happens in Studio One Days, because we've heard so much stories.
Well, I can tell it, you know, one small parcel. It's just a love-hate situation. We do in Studio One, and most artists who grew up in Studio One tell you that too. For months, I tell them he hate Downbeat, tell him he hate Studio One, and next thing you find him feel like it's the greatest thing ever happened for him, Studio One, you know. As I say, it's an outlet for us, my brother, because most of us as artists didn't have anywhere to go express our emotion, vibes, musical, whatever. Downbeat allowed us the opportunity to do so, but the only setback was Downbeat think so selfish. It's unbelievable, you know, because you cannot expect him to make every artist come in the studio rich or everyone nice, because it wasn't like that. But those who did X amount of work supposed to receive X amount of pay, you know. And a lot of us sign out, sell them out everything to Downbeat. A whole heap of artists sign up everything to Coxsone, friend, and sell it out. Unknowingly we do these things, right? But beside that, where is your heart as a human being, you understand? And this is where it comes down to. I wouldn't fight him in court for no money. And most artists who try to lose and stuff, because at those times Downbeat have directors to tell them what to do, how to safeguard himself from future attacks, you understand? And in everything wrap up. So I'm not dealing from that side.
So in fact, he was quite a clever businessman.
Of course.
In a sense.
Of course, and you have to be clever to be successful as Downbeat was, you know? And it's just that him didn't give certain people, Roland Alfonso, Jackie Mitu, people who do serious work in that studio, my brethren. Serious work. I mean, your heart, your soul, your emotions, everything you have. You know, you go there and pour it out, and in the nights you go home and accumulate more vibes just to go and pour out in that studio, you know. And I mean, there's people who come and drop a 1 hit and a 2 hit, yes, but talking about the man with the strings I hit, the people who put prestige on the studio, musically and otherwise, because so the music gets stronger, so Downbeat pocket get heavier, which is natural, you know.
True.
So I'm thinking in return to that, well, I break it down to a more wider situation now, whereas when I look how wide reggae music is today, how deep it is in the heart of the people, I realize that outside of my individual achievement financially, or any other artist or any other individual, outside of his personal achievement, we have achieved a lot by making this music something that people over the world can listen to, man. And there's a lot of artists I know right now who have money out of this business, and he's not proud of it, in the sense that people don't know of him as a man who do a lot of work in the business. And he did do a lot of work, but he do it in the background. You understand? And he have achieved a lot, like house in Jamaica and house in the States. And I know him don't feel good not being up front after the lot of work he did. So I break it down to a thing of a wider thing for more nation, for the people, than for myself personally. And I feel proud, I achieve, I feel like a monster. Alton Ellis big and heavy and broad, penniless, but my heart that big because I do something for my people, and the record is there for proof. This is not no talking through my mouth, you know what I mean? the record is there to prove it. So I forget Downbeat on the financial side of it, on the herd side. I just see it as success all the way, full stop.
Now, earlier on, I played a record by Derek Lenroy, which I'll Never Love Again, and you told me a little story about that, because...
Yeah, most people don't know this, but it's just flexibility and vibes as an artist. Immediately after I write a song, there's a continuation of the same mood going within you. Well, most artists are supposed to have this. I don't know about everyone, but about me, you know. And the continuation carry me into this song after writing I'm Still in Love. I have to write something else because I still feel that uplifting vibration emotionally. So I just switch the same chords around. And out of I'm Still in Love I get I'll Never Love Again. And that was it. And it's a nice tune. It sounds like a seller too. I must tell Delroy nice. He played for me before it was finished, you know. And it sounds good and it sounds better now. And I hope it sells. It sounds like a seller too. Love my brethren. One love.
There is one record which every time I've seen you on stage you have to do, because I don't think a show would be complete unless you sing Mr. Scabina.
It's a bad shot.
How did it come about?
Well, Scabina is a tune where it shows me say I must keep working under any situation. And I advise any human being to just keep going under any situation, because the Eptones tell me they're going to do something for me, and we start to do a recording. I think I'm going to do something sensible in a nice big studio. And came in a little house in North London. A brother named John.
All right, tell us about it after it, right?
Senorita. And if you love me, my dream. Hear me while I say that. Try and sing my song. I love you, girl, all night long. Try and sing my song. I love you, girl, all night long. Serena, Mr. Cabina. Look here. 'Cause if you want me, call me senorita. And if you want me, I'll use Cabina. Oh baby, your love, your arms, your charm, senorita. Look at me. Girl, love you along your charm. Sing this song, baby, 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 baby. I'm your Cabina, baby. 'Cause if you want it, senorita. Every night I say this. If you want me,
Yeah, Scabina. So,
everybody know me.
Eptones show me say we're going to do a thing now, and I figure it's a nice, decent thing we're going to do now, get involved, because I'm coming some Chris rhythm from Jamaica and blah, 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 blah. Okay, I get involved and start recording. When I go to the studio, it's my friend John house in Atlanta, and we have a nice little board in there and thing, but being in a house, it's uncomfortable. It don't give the studio vibes, you know, and we start working. All through this I feel upset, my brother, honestly, really upset, but I get committed already, so I just continue. And out of that, the second to last track the man played for me was that track there, and I just feel lifted. Something in the track just lift me up, and I go in there and just do that. Scabina, I want us to do it over to a brother named Powell, who was director upon the situation, a brother Powell, really. Powell said, don't do it again. Not tomorrow, no other time, no. I mean, it's just a sense of achievement. You know, say I reach our heights where this is it. That was when I tried to point out to me, you know. So I did it, and Scabina, man, it's just so serious work. And I know other artists who spend at least $3 grand on a record like that, and you don't hear from it. And that record don't cost me £500.
And it's one of the
big shot. When I go to California, I mean, being here, you know, say it's hometown, like, you know, everybody, blah, blah.
Now, I spoke to you on the phone about a week and a half ago in California, and I forgot exactly what you said, but you was telling me you was on tour with
Bob Andy.
Bob Andy.
Yeah, we did 8 shows, you know, San Francisco and around the places. A nice place in Los Angeles, in Palace. I have to quiz the people to know what's happening out there in regards to music and who is them choice and what tune them like. And Scabbing is one of the tune on the people in mind. Surprising to me, you understand? And the people is projecting, concentrating on the more melodious sound out there. I was telling them guys the other night at the award, you know, that's, it's not no big-headed thing, it's just that check the field and find certain things happening and we'll pass it on to other artists. The people them love the songs and with melodious sounds. That's them see me as #1 artist in California and we start to check Roger and the rest artists. I DJ them and say, why do them sound to me so? And I point out Dennis to them, which is my #1 who don't like that, there's something about that. Dennis my #1 artist as a singer out there. Gregory as the favorite, my most attractive style I like out there is Gregory. And Freddie McGregor have the most sexiest voice out there as a male singer, that are my 3 artists right now. And them show me say, with all of that me point out to them have more melody, them can relate to my sound more than these guys want, in regards to the age period and the sound. You understand? And people like Slim Smith, Bob Andy, it's them songs of the people I'm after, you know? So I was saying that if the artists them could have keep it more steady and more melodious, maybe to help. And if a man don't do that, I'm going to stick on my, you know?
Now, talking of shows, you've got one coming up on Saturday, the 23rd.
Yes, the 23rd at Norwood Suite. I hope it's my fancy because I think after this I'll be in Jamaica for a long while, making an album for
So this could be the last appearance in London for some time?
Yes, for some times, you know. I'm going to make an album in Jamaica for a company in California. And going to do some long, strong work, really. So I won't be around for a little while, and I like to do a different show this time too. Complete different act, because this act I've been doing is the musicians generally like to do the easy songs them, you know, and there are songs like Birds Full of Spring. I've never done it on stage, you know, and it's because it's so difficult. I'm lazy to sit down and pin it down properly, but I think I'd like everybody to turn and watch this show. It's going to be a different show.
Right. Now, you had a period when you went quiet, and then all of a sudden the 25th Silver Jubilee just came out, and it just went bionic.
Yes, well, it's your work, my brother, because I was here in England with immigration problems, as you know. And I couldn't move back and forth, and people like Bob asked me to go to Jamaica on the Peace Conference. Bob asked me to do some, take me to Jamaica and some recording, mass up and other promoters, even a man from Trojan Alpha. I couldn't move. You know, immigration problems. So this get my career stagnant, and I had to live it out. And the moment I get a break, which was 81, Tony, I surprised myself because every time I travel outside Jamaica, like I was living in Canada for 3 years, and I wonder if I could make a hit tune again. And I go back home and make 5 hit tunes that year. Lord deliver us, you make me so happy. Back to Africa, and 2 more songs, right? But I'm definite about this. 5 hit I make that year. And I went home for the first time after 10 years. And I make Love on Top and Stronger.
Okay, talking of Stronger, here it comes.
You know what I mean?
Alton Ellis, getting stronger and stronger as the days, the weeks, the months, the years go by.
Stronger than yesterday.
Let me just recap on this. In concert, the legendary reggae superstar Alton Ellis, and he's down there at the Norwood Banqueting Suite. That's 352 Norwood Road, London, Southeast 27. And that's on Saturday the 23rd from 8:30 till 3 a.m. And you're going to be doing a lot of stuff you haven't done on stage before.
Yes, really. I did some songs with Prince Buster too, you know. Nice tunes, about 3 of them.
Quickly, Alton, what's in the future for you now? We know you're going to Jamaica soon to do some material.
Yes, I have a song right now. I'm working on 8 months now. It's called Sorry you couldn't play it for me. I have a rough cut of it here. But I'm looking forward to a big shot of
Well, maybe we can
here.
play it next week.
Okay, all right. I'll look have it. That is my main project now. A special musician asked me to do a soul album. Yeah, I don't know where him get the idea from, but him figure I can do it. So him off, and that is the plan in the bag for the next couple of months.
Well, once again, can I say congratulations on winning the award for your Silver Jubilee. If there is an artist that deserves the award, there is none more in my books than Alton Ellis.
It's time is really the award giver, you know. And as I say, this one greater than the Grammy to me, 'cause I don't get the Grammy yet, and I have this one. So give thanks to it and to all who make it possible for me holding it, you know.
Alton Ellis, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you, brother Tony. Thanks to all my fans, all right?
Time was longer. Must tell you, King J Promotion with Root Party Night at Gulliver's every Wednesday night from 9 till 3. And don't forget to see you down there at the podium tomorrow night, Monday night with Joy Mac, live on stage, Chalice UK. And we'll also be showing the video of the British Reggae Awards. And we want to see all the winners of the awards down there because the promoters want to take a photograph of everybody. Alton Ellis.
One love, brethren.
Love's on top. Thank you very much. See you on Saturday.